So unfortunately, discipline is not enough for hard work. There's this saying, if you don't know your destination, every road will get you there. And that's basically what's happening if you're focusing on discipline and you're not thinking about your purpose, right? Why is that? Because if there is no reason why you're doing things, you're going to stop doing them pretty fast. And especially if you want to have results very quickly, which is something that I think our mind is being programmed to think about when we watch YouTube, because you see all of these people getting results in 3 months, getting to millions of dollars in 3 months, right? And the thing is, you don't see the rest of the people because those are not like that's not the usual example of someone who gets into business or self-improvement. That's not like the typical thing to get to $10,000 in 3 months, right? And you don't see the past of them. You don't know what they've done before. Maybe they have been failing for 3 years on another business endeavor. They switched to this and they've gotten results. So they can say, yeah, I've gotten results in 3 months. Yeah, but you've been trying at this other thing for 3 years and you didn't tell us about, right? And Charlie Morgan, which is a pretty well-respected YouTuber at this point, has these long videos which I really recommend you watch. And he says this. He says usually it takes someone to get to 10,000. It usually takes them around a year and a half, 18 months, right? And of course, he has examples of people getting there a lot faster, and he's like the thing he sells. But that's not the usual thing, okay? And that's very important to remember. But going back to our the question or the topic of today, right? Purpose and discipline. Basically, I've said it all. If you don't know where you're going, every road will get you there. You have to have some purpose. And also, this also helps a lot basically in doing the hard work. Because when everything is going fine, yeah, the work might be a little bit discouraging or whatever. You're like, yeah, today is a good day. I don't care, I can do it. But when the day is really bad, well, that's when you have to sit down and you have to fight with yourself. And if you don't have a good reason to fight with yourself, you're gonna lose. So that's the thing. And you're probably wondering at this point, well, how the hell do I find my purpose? Well, that's another thing which no one tells you about, and that is it's not gonna happen from a week of looking onto a wall, Purpose is something that I think takes quite a bit of time to get to know it. And it's something you have to think about every day, and you have to think, I think you have to think about what you like, about what you're good at, what people tell you you're good at, but maybe you don't think you're good at, what you were good at when you were smaller, what was your dream when you were little, right? All of these questions, you have to answer them and think about them, and that's quite important. And another thing that's quite important, which is something I didn't do, and it pretty much haunts me to this day, is I didn't try enough things, And I'm not talking about weird things like, well, you know what I mean, but trying different endeavors. Because when I was at school, I just focused on one topic, and that was it. And the thing that I do now, which is I'm trying to get into finance, I completely disregarded it. I thought it was so boring and so useless. And now I really like it. So I recommend, now that you're young or now that you're old, it doesn't matter really. Just try different things and look at different things and try them out and see, oh, maybe this works, maybe this doesn't. Who cares? Just try, okay? And then think about those experiences and compare them one to each other, and you'll eventually be like, oh yeah, I think more or less I should go here, right? And well, that's pretty much it. I hope this video helps you. If it doesn't, well, tell me why it didn't, and if it helps you, tell me why it did. And if you want to drop me a like, drop a sub, highly appreciate it. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.